Let's break this down. Healthy emotional needs sound like, I want to feel important to my partner. I need to know where I stand. I feel safer when we communicate regularly. I feel loved when we share time and affection. Unhealthy dependence is when your entire sense of worth and safety rests on one person's attention, mood, or response. It's the difference between I feel more secure when you text me and if you don't text me back immediately, I'm nothing. And here's something many people don't realize. The word needy is often used as a shield. Sometimes when someone says you're too needy, sai, what they really mean is, I don't have the capacity, skills, or willingness to meet your needs. And I feel uncomfortable or guilty about it. Labeling you too much is easier than honestly saying, I'm not able or willing to show up in the way you're asking. That doesn't make their behavior automatically evil, but it does mean their words are not an objective diagnosis of your worth. So instead of asking, am I too needy? Try asking better questions. Are my needs clear and specific? Am I asking one person to be my only source of safety? Am I shaming myself for needs that any human would have? These questions move you from self-attack to self-understanding. Now let's get practical. We'll walk through 3 gentle steps to start healing the too needy wound and relating to your needs in a healthier way. You don't have to fix your attachment style overnight. You just have to take one small, kinder step toward yourself. If someone has ever called you too needy and now you're afraid to ask for anything, this is for you. Maybe that one sentence hit you so hard that now, every time you want more attention, more messages, or more reassurance, you shut yourself down before anyone else can. You tell yourself, I shouldn't feel this way, or if I need this much, something must be wrong with me. Slowly, you stop asking, start overthinking, and begin to believe that your very needs are the problem. In this video, we're going to gently challenge that story. We'll talk about what people really mean when they call someone too needy, the difference between normal emotional needs and unhealthy dependence, and how to start seeing your needs as information, not proof that you're broken. If you've been carrying shame around your sensitivity and you're longing for closeness, you are not alone, and you're not crazy. You're a human being who wants to feel loved, chosen, and safe. Let's start with the core wound. When someone you care about looks at your longing for closeness and labels it too much, it doesn't feel like feedback. It feels like rejection of your whole heart. You don't hear, this behavior is a bit intense right now. You hear, the way you love is wrong. You, as you are wrong. So you start editing yourself. You wait longer to reply so you don't look desperate. You swallow your questions when they pull away because you don't want to be dramatic. You pretend you're fine with less time, less affection, and less reassurance than you actually need. On the outside, though, you look chill, but on the inside, you feel lonelier than ever. Here's the truth. Most people were never told. Having emotional needs does not make you needy. Wanting attention, care, honesty, and consistency from a partner is not a flaw. It's a sign that your emotional system is alive. Healthy adults still need warmth, support, and closeness. They don't grow out of that. The problem is rarely the need itself. The problem is the story you attach to it and the strategies you use when you're scared it won't be met. Section 1. Name 3 basic needs in your relationships. First, we're going to get concrete. Instead of walking around with a vague sense of I'm too much, let's put real words to what you actually need. Ask yourself, what do I need in a relationship to feel safe, loved, and grounded? Not in a fantasy, not in a movie, just in real life, with a real human. For many people, the list includes things like, I need regular communication. I need honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. I need affection and physical closeness. I need to feel like a priority, not just an option. Take a notebook and literally write at the top, what I need in a relationship. Then list at least 3 core needs, short and simple. For example, attention, care, honesty, or quality time, affection, emotional openness. When your needs are vague, you become an easy target for the label needy, in your own mind and in others. When you name them clearly, you can see, these are actually very human, very reasonable needs. They may not be compatible with every partner, but they are not a sign that you're defective. Section 2. Reframe I'm too needy into I value closeness. The sentence, "I'm too needy," has probably been on repeat in your head for years. It shows up every time you want to send a message, ask for clarity, or say, "Can we spend more time together?" Every time you repeat it, you dig the groove of shame a little deeper. So now, we're going to gently replace it with something more accurate and compassionate. The next time your brain says, "You're too needy," pause and answer yourself, "I'm not too needy. I care deeply about closeness, and that matters to me." Or, "My need for connection is not a flaw, it's part of my heart." You don't have to feel 100% convinced yet. You're simply offering your mind a new option instead of the same old self-attack. If it helps, write a few replacement phrases somewhere you'll see them. My needs are allowed. I value closeness, and that's okay. I'm learning to ask for what I need without shaming myself. These are not empty affirmations, they're a corrective to the message you've internalized for years, that having needs makes you unlovable. How you speak to yourself in those moments of vulnerability matters more than you think. When you shame yourself first, you abandon yourself before anyone else even has a chance to show up. One quick exercise. Think of a friend you love who is struggling in their relationship and feels too needy. What would you say to them? Now imagine talking to yourself with that same tone. Most of us are far kinder to others than we are to ourselves, and that gap is where a lot of our pain lives. Section 3. Separate what you can give yourself from what you ask from others. Healthy relating is not about having no needs. It's about knowing which needs you can meet within yourself and which ones you are allowed to ask others to help you with. When you expect one person to fix every feeling, you will always feel too much. When you share the work between you, the yam, and your own self-care, the pressure decreases. Start by looking at the 3 needs you wrote down earlier. Ask yourself, what part of this can I give myself, and what part genuinely requires another person? For example, if one of your needs is, "I need reassurance," there are 2 layers. One layer is self-reassurance, reminding yourself of your own worth, breathing through anxiety, grounding your body when your thoughts spiral. The other layer is relational reassurance, a partner saying, "I care about you," showing up consistently and communicating clearly. You are allowed to want and ask for the relational part. But when you put all of that responsibility on your partner and none on yourself, it turns into a kind of emotional pulling that does feel draining to the other person. That's what people often experience as neediness. Not the need itself, but the sense that you are asking them to hold everything for you, all the time. So here's a simple journal prompt. For each need, write 2 columns, what I can do for myself and what I can ask from a partner. For example, need, I need to feel important. What I can do for myself, spend time on things that matter to me, nurture friendships, speak kindly to myself, pursue my own interests. What I can ask from a partner, to make time for us, to communicate plans, to show appreciation in words or actions. Need, I need closeness and affection. What I can do for myself, notice when I'm lonely and comfort myself instead of shaming myself. Reach out to friends or community, create a soothing environment. What I can ask from a partner, more hugs, cuddling, sitting close while we watch something, more intentional time together. When you start meeting some of your own emotional needs, even in small ways, you feel less like you're running on empty. Then when you go to your partner, you're coming from, "I'd love to share this with you," not, "Please fix this or I'll fall apart." The energy feels completely different, both to you and to them. Gentle closing. If you've been told you're too needy, it makes sense that your nervous system is on high alert every time you want more closeness. Of course you're scared to ask. Of course you hesitate. Of course you've tried to shrink yourself. But your needs are not a character flaw. They are signals about what helps your heart feel safe and alive. Today, your only job is not to become perfectly secure overnight. Your job is simply to move one step away from self-hatred and one step closer to self-understanding. Maybe that's writing down your 3 basic needs, reframing one "I'm too needy" thought, or making one small list of what you can give yourself and what you can ask from others. If this helped you feel even a tiny bit less broken, you're already doing the work. You're starting to treat your needs as valid information, not a crime. If this video helped you feel less alone or less too much, subscribe. It tells YouTube to show you more content that actually understands your heart. And it tells you that you don't have to figure this out by yourself.